Thank you for joining me today on Paint a Beautiful Picture. This is episode number 238. Not me, you. Sometimes, as parents, we have a hard time separating ourselves from our children. Not everyone, but far too many people, which is why I want to address this. I know someone and they say, it's a man, my son is just like me. He's really selfless and he's very generous. And he just goes on and on about what this kid is like. The kid is an adult, incidentally. Everyone else who ever hears this just kind of gets this look on their face and looks at each other sideways because I don't know who they're describing, but not their son. And that's all I'm going to say about that. We often project things onto our kids that aren't really there. I know someone who has a daughter and they'll say, oh, she's this and she's this, and she's not. That's not who that daughter is at all. It's like that mom can't even see that daughter. She's looking through this painted lens, I guess, or maybe it's painted on the inside and all it is a mirror. So she'll describe herself and she really thinks she's telling you about her daughter. And that's not who her daughter is. And her daughter hates it. I mean, hates it, gets ticked. And man, have I heard it a time or two about how ticked off this daughter is about the way that her mom goes on and represents her in a certain way. And that's not who she is at all. You know what? A great gift we can give our kids is to learn to separate that is an individual human being, unique and beautiful and wonderful, and not me, you. You need to start that young if you can. So if you're the parent of a very young child or you don't have kids yet, boy, do I want you to stick this into your cadre of tools as a parent. That individual child, that human being, that unique creation, that's you, not me. You need to figure out who you are, where your strengths are, where your weaknesses are, where your strongest capabilities are, and you need to maximize on that. And then you need to contribute into that child everything you can. But that child is not you. That's an individual, and you need to foster that individuality. You need to draw out that individuality. You need to make that as clear as you can in your own mind and in theirs. I acknowledge to you, you have this little baby at the breast or you're feeding them a bottle. That separation hasn't occurred much yet. I mean, they're just a month or two old and it still feels very much a part of you. And I want to tell you something. I look at my grandsons who are also young adults. I can see elements of me there, genetically, physiologically, feature wise, in certain parts of their character, but they are not me. They are themselves unique and wonderful. And I can appreciate how different they are than I, how much they see the world and their perceptions of things that are different than mine. I really love and appreciate them for who they are. I know me, I know them. So as that child of yours grows and develops and has a will and has ideas and has feelings and develops thoughts, you need to learn to value and respect that person for themselves alone. Not me, you. And your child deserves that from you. They deserve that respect of their individuality. They deserve that appreciation and validation of them as a separate, beautiful identity. I am begging you as a parent to develop in your own mind the strong sense that child is not you, not me, you. This is two separate entities. One of the things that's really fascinating to me, always since I was a child actually, but even more so now as a nurse, especially as a nurse who's delivered tons of babies and seen lots of babies born, are Siamese twins. It is an egg which separated to be two human beings, which is what identical twins are, but it did not fully separate. So at some point, they're attached to each other physically, did not fully pull apart. So whether they're attached at the shoulder, they're attached at the hip, they're attached even more through the torso, and they only have a couple of arms and intermingled organs. But let me tell you what, they are not the same person. They have two different minds, two different sets of ideas, two different thought processes. It's really phenomenal to see them, to watch an interview with them, to speak with them, to read about them. They are unique individuals, though oftentimes it might look like you're seeing one and you might think they're just alike. But they're not alike at all, at all. And identical twins are the closest identical thing genetically that you can ever find in the entire universe. And so they're not the same. How in the world do you think that your child is exactly identical to you? No, he is not. She is not. Learn to separate that out in your mind. Do yourself and your child a gigantic service by learning to separate you from him, from her, and appreciating his or her unique qualities, thoughts, characteristics, ideas, ways of approaching things and doing things, viewpoint, and really make your home a lot happier place. That would just be amazing. So I want to invite you to intentionally look at your child and recognize this is not me, this is you. And you are amazing and wonderful and delightful. At times, maybe a little frustrating because I struggle to understand or relate to you, but still, you are an astounding individual. I am thankful for you, the way you are made, the way your life is developing. I'm going to contribute everything I can to you, but I'm going to recognize the separation between us. And I'm going to foster you as an individual human being. I'm going to show you respect for who you are. Not me. You. Thank you for being with me today.